Hello, hello, hello. Who have we got jumping on tonight? Let me see here. 1 second. I'm going to unmute everybody just a second. Hello, 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 people.
Hello.
Everybody tonight. Hi, Rebecca. Wow, got lots of people coming on. Happy birthday to Sylvia. Happy birthday to Sylvia.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Sylvia.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you.
What I need to do.
So awesome.
Bonafide.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Did you have a good day?
We're out of time, right?
Yep.
Hang on 1 second here. I'm gonna unmute you, Sil. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How was your birthday today?
It was good. It was awesome.
What did you do? Tell me what you did. What was exciting?
What I usually don't, relaxed and just enjoy my day outside.
Good for you. Now, did you get spoiled rotten today at all, or did you?
No. No. I spent.
We would spoil you rotten.
Yes, I know. No, I know that.
Well, that was a beautiful day to have your birthday. That's for sure.
It was gorgeous.
Otherwise, it was beautiful out. Boy, lots of people coming on. Hi, Laurie Ralston. I can see you.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Terry and Kevin on there. Hi, guys. Great.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Terry.
Hey, everybody.
It was an
Kelly.
awesome
Again.
nice visit with Kevin Ike. We had a nice little visit
So,
at Tim Hortons. So, where are you, Paul? Oh, there you are. There you are. Hi, Jen.
hey, John.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Lori. Lori, and I think there's a bunch of Loris.
Hey, I didn't forget about you today, Jen. I just simply ran out of time.
I hear ya.
I have a T-shirt that says "I've never lost a game. I just ran out of time."
No worries.
To have everybody on the call. It's great to have you back in Ontario, Jen.
Oh, it's so nice to be home. It really is.
You only take so much sunshine, right?
Yeah.
So much Florida.
That's right. And come right back into some nice sunshine here. So
Well,
that's nice.
Coming. It was like
Happy birthday, Sil.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think we got to sing happy
Yeah, I
birthday.
think we
Already done.
We were. You missed that, Paul. They already.
Oh, you did it.
There wasn't enough people on. I sang it private.
That's right. That's true.
Okay, everybody. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
My God.
Happy
Birthday,
dear Sylvia. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
God, we were bad.
Wow.
And many more.
Yeah.
Said sharp.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah. I just joined the great cover, so why not?
Oh,
Okay.
you're giving it away.
Yep.
Mute everybody for 1 second.
Terry, you're really quiet.
Am I?
Yeah.
I can hear you fine.
Really? Turn up the volume on your computer, maybe.
No, you seem to be faint compared to everybody else.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The volume's up full.
I'm at full too.
I'm not talking tonight anyway, so.
Yeah.
There you go.
So let me just see here. I'm going to unmute my sister Laurie. So listen, everybody, thank you so much for being on the call tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And I am really excited and honored to have my big sis doing the training tonight. This is her first training call. So believe me, she's stepping out of her comfort zone too. We are kind of opposites, her and I. She's the quiet one, and I'm sort of the mouthy one. Anyways, this says because, okay. Anyway, her and I talked about, what she would like to train on, what was dear to her heart, and what did she think would inspire the field and help the field. And so I'm really excited to hear her training tonight on turning setbacks into successes. And my big sister has been an inspiration to me for years and years and years. She's got a heart of gold. If you ever read the story in the Bible about the widow's mite, well, that's like she gives everything. And a lot of times she didn't have anything to give, but she gave it all. And so I'm really excited for us to be doing this journey of Vox Life together. But I'm elated that she's stepping up to the plate tonight and going to give us some training. So I really appreciate and thank everybody for being on the call tonight. So without further ado, it gives me good pleasure to welcome and edify and glorify my big sister, Lori, who's going to do the call tonight. So take it away, big sis.
Thank you, little brother. Thank you very much. Listen, you've cut a big path and you're a bit of a hard act to follow, but we'll see what I can do here. I'm going to be referring to my notes because this is my maiden voyage of doing training, and I'm excited and scared spitless at the same time. So let's see how we go. I want to thank you for the kind things you do for me, for the kind things you say to me, and for being the wind in my sails. Okay, that's out of the way. I want to thank everybody else for listening to me tonight, because I'm hoping you're going to be left with something worthwhile. And so here we go. I'm happy, Terry, that you're being my training wheels tonight. Thank you very much. And
anytime.
You're say again?
I said anytime.
Okay. Well, most of the time, in fact, if not all of the time. The reason that I picked this topic tonight was twofold. Firstly, maybe some of you know, maybe some of you don't know, but I'm going to share a little bit from my heart about some of the personal struggles I've had, and then we'll move kind of into struggles that Terry and I have had, just the bullet points, to kind of, lend some credibility to the topic coming from me tonight. So first of all, going back to 2012, I had, for the first and actually only time until tonight, since a real battle with anxiety and a real battle with panic attacks. Sort of happened, at a time in my life when things were super difficult, and it was on a personal and a professional front, and I had your classic meltdown. So during that time, I spent a month in the hospital, and my brother, my hero, was there every day for me, telling me that I was going to pull through this, and this was going to be a launching point for some good things. And you know what? He was absolutely right. So my personal story with respect to Vox Life is really that when I start to have those moments of trepidation, like, a little bit before this call tonight, I just think Vox sucks, and I can do this. And nobody has to do anything perfectly. They just have to try. And so that is why Vox Socks, first of all, resonated so much with me, was that they really made a huge, actually colossal difference in me getting through a day with this anxiousness that I had felt, never before to that point in my life. But I was housebound, like I was too afraid to drive my car. So it was very debilitating. And I'm happy to say that it's a real, I think, victory for me to even be doing this call tonight. So thank you, Jay Dollywall, and thanks to all of you for bearing with me. Now, I did mention earlier about Terry and I going through a bit of a professional and personal setback together. And some of you know the story, and I won't bore you with the gory details, but suffice to say that in our 50s, Terry and I were faced with a decision in and around a family business. And we had both spent the majority of our working years at that business. So rather than fight over money, we decided that we were going to walk away. And again, there was a setback. And it was a significant setback, and we had to battle through a couple of years of processing, I would say. I'm going to check my notes because I wrote down some of what Terry and I went through when we experienced that moment in our history together. And what I guess I would say that we had to do in through that time was we really had to lean on our faith and believe in ourselves. Kevin says, battlefield of the mind. Absolutely, Kev. Absolutely. And so, you know, it took a while. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you that it was a process, and that we, you know, supported each other, and we chatted and we vented and we looked for the pluses, and, you know, a brighter day came. And that brighter day was when Terry and I took a little drive down to Mississauga to meet an individual by the name of Kevin Dugay. Little did we know that Jay Dollywall was going to be in the mix. And Terry knew Jay from previous personal and professional relationship. And so we sat down and kind of scratched our heads about the synchronicity of it all. But in the end, we saw a real opportunity for ourselves to help other people. And this was long before the business ever took on the network marketing model. But we feel privileged to have been a part of getting the Vox Life HPT tech to the masses, in the sense that back then we were tossing around how to do that, and ultimately a business model of network marketing came to the fore. And so there you go. A setback in Terry's and my professional and personal life launched us into this staggering opportunity that we still scratch our heads over, called Vox Life. And so, you know, with that introduction, I'm going to just check my notes again and see what I have covered so far. Oh yeah, basically, the setback was a real kick in the gut, but what it did do for us was it made us grow both together and professionally as well. We had to really redefine ourselves in our 50s, which, you know, wasn't an easy thing, but we were able to do it with, you know, our own tenacity and by the grace of God. So, so we met Jay Dollywall. And that was a watershed moment in both of our lives, because Jay is an exceptional human being. And I feel like I'm a better person for meeting Jay and knowing Jay and conversing with Jay and being mentored by Jay. So during the course of my talk tonight, I'm just going to, you know, throw out a few little Jay-isms. And to start with, one of the things that stands out in my mind from Jay's and my many chats is that we're wired for love. We are wired to give love and to receive love. And he calls that our factory settings. And so I think that that's why we are so thrilled and so fulfilled by this business, because as many of you know, and if you don't, you will, Jay puts people before profit. Always has in his life, and that's why Jay has risen from his own setbacks to success, because Jay was just tenacious enough to see a setback as a setup. And I really love Terry's Facebook post from a few months ago where he posted that if you throw me to the wolves, I'll come back leading the pack. And definitely that's happened. So big bro, really grateful. So another thing that that Jay has said that I think is a really important thing to remember along the lines of this taking setbacks and making them successes is that we have to remember that life throws us curveballs, and the whole idea of making lemons from lemonade, those curveballs tend to be opportunities for us if we'll let them be. And in life, no matter what we face, whether it's what we perceive to be a good day or what we perceive to be a bad day, there's always a takeaway. And so that's where I've grown, in the sense of realizing that whatever hand you're dealt, you got to play it. And if you're smart, and if you take the time to just take a step back, you'll figure out that maybe there's a tangible blessing here, which might be, a gain in terms of our health and wellness that is measurable, like, better sleep, or what's an issue for me with the anxiety. Or maybe it's an intangible where we say, okay, maybe there's something I've got to learn, and maybe there's something that I've got to be prepared for before I am moved on to the next level of whatever that might be, blessing through relationships, through monetary kind of thing, or whatever. So, that's something that Jay has always said to me is just, take a step back and have a think. And the other thing that Jay has said that really resonates with me is that where there is no compassion, there is no healing. So with Vox Life, I think all of us can attest to the fact that it starts with a compassion for others, and a willingness and a desire to give people some help with their health challenges, and frankly, sometimes it's monetary challenges that people are facing. And with this business, because our demographic is anyone who wears socks or shoes, we can be of real assistance to them. So let me just have a little look here. Take a breath.
Hey, Rebecca Naylor did great training on It's Okay to Pause. Remember that?
I do remember that, actually. Yeah, turning successes into turning setbacks into successes. Rose Lowe quoted this line of Jay's the other day. She said that Jay says, if you can do it, we must do it. And so that falls right into line with what I was just saying about, being compassionate. And if we have a solution for people, we're sort of obligated to share that with them. Okay, so let's just see where we're at now.
Can you hear me okay now?
Okay. I can.
Still faint.
I personally can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Good. You're good.
Okay, good. Okay. I was trying to find the microphone on my settings to see, and I can't find it. I actually text my daughter, who's a computer whiz, and I looked under system preferences. I can't find it. So, sorry. Keep rolling, girl.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we've all been touched by Vox Life either in a personal way, as I've shared tonight, or we've been touched by someone who has had profound help. The person who stands out in my mind right now is Victoria from Florida. Victoria's Victory. If any of you have not seen the story of Victoria's Victory on YouTube, you really should try and find that. It's just a matter of placing Victoria's Victory in the search bar on YouTube, and it's a astounding story of success. So here's a lady who was in a position of being paralyzed, and, you know, with the help of her practitioner and the application of the socks and insoles, not just solely, but certainly with the Vox socks and insoles, she's had a staggering improvement. And there again is another from a setback to a success story. So not only do we have personal setbacks to success stories, but so do most, if not all, of our customers and our associates with this thing we call Vox Life.
And
So,
Laurie, just to interrupt for a second on that point, because I think it's a great point.
okay.
So some of us that have been in this a little longer, we have been part of people's setbacks.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's really awesome about this company and this family that we call Vox Life is we're all there, and we're sending out prayers, and we're sending out, hope for our teammates. And we don't ask if they're financially linked or whatever. So we feel other people's setbacks in this company. And
How true that is.
I think it's just the reality of life. It doesn't matter whether you're doing Vox. It doesn't matter whether you're in business. We have setbacks in our life. And I think it's really important to know how to deal with the setbacks and how to change them into positive and look for the silver lining. I can remember the time that I was carried in a tornado, 600 yards in a boat in the air at our fishing lodge, and was scared that the cabin was wiped out and everything, and the trees and all the work that had to be done and repairing cabins and so on. But the silver lining to that and turning that setback into a success was the fact that all the trees were down. We milled up and made all new floors for the cabin. Pine floors in the cabin, and you're not allowed to cut trees down. So we took that setback and turned it into a success by getting all new pine floors. And now we had to do the work, but I mean, that's just so my point is that, and you make a great point here with the fact that we have setbacks. And what do we do with those setbacks? We can either dwell on them.
Yep.
And we can give the old gloom, despair, and agony on me.
Yep.
Eric Worre pointed out that, entrepreneurs don't complain. I just want everybody to know here that we're all a team. We're all together on this. We're going to face setbacks as a team. We're going to face setbacks as individuals.
Yep.
And it's very important to know that as a team, we're all here for you, because we're going to face setbacks. I can assure you that. That's just part of life. We all do. And so I think it's a really good point to know that as a team, and this is a really heartfelt business. And I often say we're the MLM company that's not an MLM company. We care, we edify, we learn, we skin our knees together, we help each other, we grow personally together. So what we do with the setbacks is really important to try and find that silver lining in what you do with it. Does that make sense?
Totally a mindset, like you say, Terry. And we have control of our thoughts. Like, if we don't take control of our thoughts, then our thoughts will take control of us. And so it's a case of perspective in my mind. We just have to take a step back and say, what up with this? How can I use this moment in time, this experience, this pain to bring me to a better place?
Kevin Duque, he just wrote 5 years at UT football, never won a game, don't quit.
Love you, Kevin.
Oh, nice one, Duke. That's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that we can just be real. There's such a gift in being real. I mean, I was at Sunnybrook Hospital today with one of my senior lady friends, and her cousin was a nurse there, and she worked there for years. And let me tell you, she was, meaning my friend, was there for a pre-op day, and everybody she talked to about her cousin, who was a nurse at that hospital, absolutely, hands down, loved this girl, this cousin. Here's the deal. She got cancer, and as a result of cancer, had time off, had to come back to work. And in the coming back to work and all the stress of that and the commute and everything else, this girl was getting shingles. This nurse was getting shingles every time she went back to work. Well, finally they punted her and put her on permanent disability. And it was really sad. None of the people who complimented her today knew what had happened with her. So you spend years and years and years of your life working with people and garnering their respect and their admiration, and then poof, you know, hey, whatever happened to Christy? So like that could be viewed as a setback, but here's the good news. Christy is on disability, and it's not too bad in terms of the money, and Christy's got some time freedom now, and we may recruit Christy for all those beautiful traits she has to continue to help people, but just in a different way. So silver lining.
I didn't mean to take you off your task there, but you jump back, get back on course there, girl.
Yeah. That life can be kind of harsh sometimes, you know, and
Well,
people don't.
I think it's really important is to talk about your setbacks. They become part of your story. It's okay to tell them and to
Yes.
with, you know, you can utilize your setbacks as part of your success, as part of your story, you know, because everybody on this call, I'll guarantee you, everybody's had setbacks. Everybody's got a story in their life. Everybody's been dealing with stuff.
Yep.
And everybody's felt at the end of their rope. Everybody's felt despair.
Yep.
Everybody's felt, where do I go? And kudos to all of you for persevering, because like in this business, even in Vox Life, guys, we're in the hardest position of all. Everybody says, oh, you started at the beginning. The beginning's not easy. The beginning's the toughest part anywhere, because we're the pioneers. We're cutting the trail, and the trail, the bush is thick. It's easy to walk down the trail after it's already been cut.
Mm-hmm.
And so be proud of yourself. These setbacks are going to make us all stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And how we get through them, and how we undergird each other as a team, and how we look to support each other. That's what's really cool. And I'll guarantee you something else of everybody on this call, that it's helped with everybody's personal growth.
Yep.
Everybody on here in some way or some form has got out of their comfort zone, has dealt with a setback, whether personal or family, or a setback where somebody, you know, thinks you're the biggest snake oil salesman in the world, and it's broke your heart, and you felt, I can't do this, but you bounce back, and you use that as a platform. Because those kind of people have a right to be wrong. They really do. So
true. And the comments are so encouraging here. I'm reading down them as you're sharing, Terry, and everybody seems to be grasping a hold of what we're saying here. It seems to be resonating with everybody. So thanks for the input, everybody. And hey, whoever is you know, happy for me stepping up, like, your turn's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let me just go down my. Oh, Terry, sorry.
Mike Dagnus Dagnus is pointing at somebody, either his wife or somebody he's pointing at. He said, when you said it's your turn's coming up, he pointed at somebody. So I saw you, Mike. So.
Yeah, this is not going away, this whole recorded thing. I like your advice, Terry. I made a note here that says it's okay to fail, but we have to fail forward.
Well, I mean, you ask any athlete in the world, he failed a lot to get good. And you don't have to do that in life. I mean, you talk to any business person, they've had setbacks where the bank is going to foreclose on them, or they've put them into special accounts, and they've had to get revved up and, look at their business and change or whatever. I mean, you look at Paul Austin, one of my best buddies ever. I printed his publication for 15 of the 19 years he was in business. And he worked sweat and tears day and night to build that business for his family and to take care of his family. And after 19 years, he had to shut it down. Well, that setback, I'm going to assure you, has launched him into Vox Life like you wouldn't believe. But thank goodness that we have Paul on our team. He's an amazing leader. He's a great, great friend. He's changed immensely since I first met him, as I'm sure I've changed, from what I was like when he first met me. And so we get to grow together as friends.
Grow together. What a good point. Terry, they're saying your voice is really low. Maybe it's because we're in the same house.
I don't know. I can't find my mic control. So anyways, I'll just talk really loud.
Or people are going to have to listen really carefully.
Sorry, I'll just talk louder. But what I was saying is that these setbacks that we have, we just have to utilize them as something to vault us into being better. Setbacks, can either kill you or they can vault you and do something, and you think about it, when you think about a bow and arrow, in order for an arrow to fling, you have to pull it back. You have to set it back. And then you get ready and you let that arrow go. So think of those setbacks as the draw on a bow that's pulling you back, but it's going to fling you. And use those as launch pads into something great, right?
Yeah. And I think another really cool analogy that I've always loved, because I'm a girl, is that whole story of the chrysalid and the butterfly. If you help that butterfly out of its chrysalid, it will never fly. It has to have that resistance and that fight to break free in order to be able to fly. So there's metaphors everywhere you look for why setbacks aren't really setbacks. They're more like setups. And so I take your point. I think it's awesome. I think it is picking up on what we're trying to say here. And so I have just a few little like bullet points to kind of throw at people to kind of help them through those moments in time. So do you want me to go down that list and then we'll call it a night?
Yeah. Hold that thought for 1 second. I just want to go to a couple points here.
Okay.
He says, failure is important in swimming lessons. Easy to fail in the shallow end. You will appreciate it when you get in deep water. Just saying. Right? It's the old sink or swim, right? So, when you really want it bad enough, I use an analogy. You have a setback and you can be screaming, hey, the building's on fire, right? And you can either get out of the building. And I tell people, if there was a plank that was 40 feet long and it was a foot off the ground and I asked you to walk from one end of the plank to the other for $1,000, would you do it? And they're like, absolutely. And I said, okay, I'm going to move that plank 40 feet in the air and have you walk across that plank 40 feet up. Would you do it for $1,000? They say, absolutely not. I said, okay, I'm going to put the plank on one end of the building and I'm going to put it on the other side, put the other side of the plank on another building 40 feet up. And the building on the other side of the plank opposite of you is on fire and your only child is in there. Would you go across the plank?
Sure you would.
To save your child?
Sure you would.
Almost everybody would. So it's perspective. It's how bad do you want it? How bad can you use a setback, which is a building on fire, to launch you into action, to launch you into something that makes you a hero, that makes you do something that is spectacular. And so I just use that analogy, and I hope that never happens to anybody where you have to walk across a plank, 40 feet in the air to save your child. But the point is, when we get setbacks, we can let them, kill us instead of like.
As long as there are no spiders.
What's that?
As long as there are no spiders, says Shannon Charles.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a great point. So let's go to your points.
Yeah. So a few practical tips for turning setbacks into successes. Number 1, take care of yourself. Number 2, forgive yourself. Number 3, challenge yourself. Number 4, work your tush off. And I got some distance to go there. So.
Don't we all?
Number 5, maintain a sense of humor and a sense of humility. Number 6, don't ask yourself if I can do this, but ask yourself, how can I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Know your strengths and your weaknesses and pair up with teammates who share your motivation and your goals and complement your wiring. Don't judge people for where they're at, but understand that they're in their reality, the same as you are in yours. Believe in your innate value as a person with gifts to share. Remember that success is not always linear. And you know what? I think that's one of the most powerful points of the night, is remember that success is not always linear. It's not a straight ride when you're going from base camp to the top of Mount Everest. Just ask your brother-in-law, right, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
It's great successes and high mountaintop experiences and sometimes epic failures. Remember what Eric Worre said, it's not perfect, it's better.
Yeah.
When he was talking and describing us about the network marketing model. So, and then a good point here is also analyze your beliefs about setbacks and make an effort to view these more as what we said earlier, setups for good things to come. Don't look at our setbacks as obstacles, but rather doorways.
Mm-hmm.
And, reach out. Like, this is all about relationships, first and foremost, So to wrap up my remarks tonight, I'm going to quote from Jay Dhaliwal one more time and say, nothing is more powerful than the power of pure intent. So set your intentions to be unstoppable in your good intention and your work ethic. And let's get this job done. Let's reach 1 billion people and beyond.
Hey, Laura, can you repeat the list one more time?
Sure, I'm happy to.
Everybody get your pens ready.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Very important. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, eat properly, get proper sleep, which is one I got to look at.
Yeah. So does Jay, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive yourself. Challenge yourself. Work your butt off. Maintain both a sense of humor and a sense of humility.
Yeah.
Don't ask yourself if I can do this, but ask yourself, how can I do this? Know your strengths and weaknesses and pair up with teammates who share your motivation and complement your wiring. Don't judge people for where they're at, but understand they're in their own reality the same as you are in yours. Believe in your innate value as a person with gifts to share. And remember that success is not always linear.
Yeah, you can see that demonstration on the Team Vaccination 90-Day Believe and Achieve action plan. And Paul has demonstrated this before, that success isn't a straight road up.
Yeah.
There's lots of curves and so on that do that. But Laurie, thank you. That was absolutely spectacular, and kudos to you. Good for you.
That was nerve-wracking. Thank you, everybody, for your
How do you
support.
feel? How do you feel? Doesn't it feel good?
Like, yeah, I feel kind of high. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and I think it might have something to do with these what are these called? Adaptogens.
Yes, adaptogens. Yes. So thank you so much. Yes, you did fantastic. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so grateful that you took the time to do the research and put this together for the field and for the team. And
thanks everybody for your compliments. Thanks. That's so supportive.
As I've always said, let's come on, people. We're happy to have you. Step up. We'll put you into rotation. The biggest problem I want is trying to be able to fit people in. That's the biggest problem I want. So whatever's dear to your heart. Yeah, there's Mike pointing at somebody again. I see you, Mike. You can't hide. Anyways, guys, I want to show you this. My surprise for tonight, unfortunately, has no Wi-Fi, and I was going to bring on the call Dr. Mark DeBrinket tonight, but he just sent me this text. It's him and his wife's anniversary, and that's his text that he sent me. Hey, buddy, the Wi-Fi sucks. I can't get on. So it's him and his wife. It's him and Christy's anniversary. And when I asked him today, he said, don't you worry about it. I'll worry about it. I'm going to come on for sure and do whatever. I'm like, dude, it's your anniversary. He said, yeah, she can wait for a bit. No, he didn't say that. He said, no, I'll just be on. But anyways, he just texted me, and unfortunately the Wi-Fi. But the reason I wanted to have Dr. Mark on is because he has been working so diligently on some amazing videos for the field, which we're launching tonight. So they will be in your back office. These are brain mapping videos. And without further ado, I'm going to play 3 of the short ones because there's 3 short sizzle videos. And then there's 1 long video that we just got some more edits to do that will be up and finalized tomorrow. But you ask, what can we have to present to a doctor? How can we present this? These will be videos you can just send to people, and we'll talk more about it. But I'm going to try and share my screen here and go to desktop 1. Let me see. Come on, baby. Here we go. Can everybody see my screen?
I can.
Everybody can see it okay?
Hey, Kevin Dugan, are you there? We got some spelling errors to look at.
Okay, so this first video I'm going to play is called the Vox Life Opportunity video. Okay, hang on 1 second here. Hang on 1 second, folks. Okay. Okay, this one is called the Vox Life Opportunity. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark DeBrinket, and I am so excited that you're here today to learn a little bit more about the network marketing side of Vox Life. So many of you have tried a number of different companies in the past. You had a product that you liked, and you thought that this opportunity was an amazing opportunity, so you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into your business. And so many people out there in the country have put time and effort and energy into a network marketing business only to be disappointed and let down for whatever reason. A lot of companies have a lot of products that can be very complicated. A lot of them have a sales plan that's very difficult to understand, and they're really designed for only maybe 20% of the people to ever be successful with it, and 80% of the people fail with it. This is a product you can get behind. It's a simple product, neurotech, and this neurotech literally should be on every person on the planet. When you understand the technology and what it's doing to the body, you will feel the same way. Like, oh my gosh, why would I wear any other pair of socks? Or why would I not have that tech on me, seeing what it's doing to my brain and to my patients and to everybody else? So we're sold out for the tech. And the opportunity that comes with it is just as paramount. It is an opportunity for you to shine and to be able to impact the lives of every single person you touch. It's a product that you can get behind. You know why? Because it works 100% of the time and it's affordable. Everybody on the planet can afford to have this product, especially when they see that. And so anytime you're going to get involved with a network marketing company,
Guys, I'm just going to pause it. I need everybody to just mute themselves. I'm hearing some background noise. So if you could just check your little microphone and mute it, and I'll continue. Thank you.
Promise you, the only way it's ever going to work and be successful for you is if you're willing to share it, whether you got paid or not. If you love the product so much that you see somebody suffering and you can't sit there without going and helping them and serving them and just giving it to them. When you find a product that's so powerful, the sales plan is equally as powerful. This is an opportunity for you to finally rise above the mundane life that so many people live, going to work to a job that they're not really that happy with, but they're thankful to have a job. Wouldn't you rather wake up every morning and do something with a purpose, something that is so passionate for you that you just can't not do it? This is so exciting, and this is the opportunity that Vox Life gives each and every one of you. You don't have to have an education. You don't even have to have a whole lot of experience. This is a simple product that the world needs, and we're delivering it to the world. And we'd love to have you join us and be part of the bigger picture here of really impacting the lives of billions of people. Naturally, safe, drug-free, chemical-free, electric-free, no side effects, no contraindications. This is an easy product, and it's simple that anybody can duplicate it. And that's the biggest thing that I want to leave you with. Most network marketing companies, and for those of you watching that have had great success in it, it's because you're a rock star. You're passionate, and you're able to share the product with people in a way that they understand it. However, to duplicate that passion and that experience and that process, that's the challenge in the entire industry. I've never met a product and I've never met a company that is easy for anybody, an average person, to be able to turn around after seeing the demo and then give the demo to somebody else just as effectively and share the excitement of how this product is impacting people's lives. So I urge you, take a good, solid look at this company. Sit down, meditate on it, pray on it, think about, is this something that I want to get behind? And if it is, we are so delighted to have you on our team here at Vox Life and to help give you all the tools and education necessary so that you and your loved ones and your friends can all be super successful. Until then, I hope you have a great day.
So that's the first one. And the next one that we're going to look, that was the Vox Life opportunity. So that video there is a video that you want to send to somebody that is taking a look at the opportunity of Vox Life first and foremost. You want to send them a little sizzle video as step one to get them interested in what we do. The next one we're going to play is called Vox Life Impacting Healthcare.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Mark DeBrinket, the Vice President of Clinical Strategies here at Vox Life. And I've been hired to do an in-depth study in the brain. Now, we've already had close to 10 years of research on this amazing product and how it enhances the human experience. But I really wanted to know, what does it do in the brain? Because the brain's controlling everything. And so when we did this study, we have in-depth equipment that can look really intimately into the brain, and we can record 19 channels around the brain at the same time and actually create a 3D image of the brain. Now, what we found was a lot of people have dysregulation in the brain, and what that would look like, it would go from green being normal to blue being subnormal or lower nerve flow to red being way too high. Now, we're always more concerned about the blue because we're not sure if we can wake those nerves up. So here's an image of what we're seeing in this case. What we see here is the occipital lobe. This is the back of the brain, the part that interprets what we see and gives that to our brain. This also controls our memory and our dreaming and our sleeping. And so what we see here is this blue one actually turns green as soon as we put the socks on. This is phenomenal. Be able to see and share with the patient instantly what this does to brain function and how effective it is. I want to show you this next little clip of the limbic system. So what you're about to see is specifically my limbic system only. And then I'm going to step on the insoles and watch what happens to the limbic system, which controls your emotions and how you feel. Okay? This is my limbic system. Now my feet just got placed on the insoles, and we want it all green. As you can see, I was blown away. This technology works 100% of the time with every participant that we've had in the study. This is phenomenal. I don't see these numbers in any other studies that we do. And so it has proven to me beyond any shadow of a doubt the effectiveness of this amazing product, Vox HPT technology. And I encourage you, get back to the person that shared this video with you and see how you can get that tech on yourself and your family today. Until then, have a great day.
Okay, that's the second one. Let's go back down here. So what I wanted to add was the fact that I asked Dr. Mark, I said, when you tested your own brain, I said, when you tested your own brain, why was your brain red? Why was it overactive? And he said, because I just got the machine and I was so excited. My brain was off the map with excitement and elation. So it was glowing red. I was shaking. I was so excited to do this. And so that's when he stepped on the insoles. They had just got the equipment and he was so excited to test himself, because I asked, why was your brain overactive? Why was it? And he said, he told me that he was just so excited about testing himself, and he was revved right up. So that was pretty cool. So that is called Vox Life Impacting Healthcare. And then last but not least, you've all asked, how do I talk to doctors? How can I, speak to doctors? Well, you don't have to anymore. Send them this video.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark D. Brinkett, and thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to look into Vox HPT technology. As a physician and a healthcare practitioner, we know that you're being bombarded by new products all the time. And it's up to us to be able to decide, is this a product that I can get behind? What kind of results am I going to get with my patients? And how much time, energy, and effort do I really want to put into this for what it's going to deliver to the patient? So I get exposed to stuff all the time. And when I first got exposed to Vox HPT technology, I was a little skeptical. It seemed almost like a little too good to be true. Something that's non-invasive, non-electrical, non-chemical, has no side effects, and works instantly. That seemed like a pretty nice deal. However, I had to disprove it. So I did what we call brain mapping. This is my specialty. And what we can do is we can look at 19 spots around the brain at the same time. And we can look at the electrical activity that's going on there. We can then build 3D images of the brain and see how well it's functioning neurologically. They actually glow in different colors. So every little voxel, every little square 5mm cube in the brain, we can identify individually and look at the neurological components to it. And what we found was amazing. What we see here is green would be a normal, healthy, functioning brain. Blue is a little less. And then red would be way too high. So in this example, we see an occipital lobe that's blue, and we're concerned if this could ever wake up or not. And then we see as the patient put the socks on or put the tech on their body, instantly it all turns green. This is amazing. This tech works on 100% of the patients every single time. It helps give them a better experience neurologically. And so in essence, it helps whatever therapies and whatever treatments you're doing with them, it's going to help them get better faster and stay well. How awesome is that? This is a product that you can't afford to not look at. This is something that most people say after we show it to them, is this is a product I can get behind. It is simple. It's easy to use. Patients are compliant because they work so fast and they love it. And so I urge you, check more into Vox Life. We've created a physician's portal simply just for you guys. All the healthcare practitioners out there, we wanted to give you all the tools, all the education, all the clinical studies, all the resources that you would ever need to help make this transition smoothly into your practice and allow you to have a better experience with your patients and allow them to refer a whole lot more people in because you're getting them well and keeping them well. So I urge you, get back to the person that set you up with this video and let them know that you're interested in checking out the voxmed.com site. And I urge you, Don't let this opportunity pass you. This is absolutely a product that you can feel comfortable and feel really proud to get behind. And it's going to impact your practice in a way that you've never imagined before. So until then, I look forward to meeting you personally. Have a great day.
So there you go. Just get rid of this here. Let me go stop share. So that is the last video I'm not going to play. It's a half-hour video that we're doing some edits on still, but it will be edited and available tomorrow. And the idea of the half-hour video is for somebody that wants more evidence. They want more of the story. They want more of the history. Dr. Mark goes into his car accident. He talks about how he rehabilitated himself, how he prayed about a product coming in that could truly help him, and that finally one did. He talks about Jay trying to help, his mother. It's an incredible video, and it will be available for all of us as of tomorrow. I believe the 3 short sizzle videos may be in the back office now. I haven't checked. And it's unfortunate that Dr. Mark couldn't get on due to Wi-Fi issues at the restaurant that him and his wife are on. So I'm really excited for these tools. I'm really excited that we simply, just ask somebody, hey, if I sent you a real short little video on something that's so amazing and so incredible, would you have a look at it? If I, would you? If I, would you? That's the idea. And how credible are we that these videos are done by a doctor? That's incredible. So I urge you all to use them to the best of your ability to help you build your business. I congratulate Lori for getting out of her comfort zone tonight and doing her first ever training call. It was fantastic. My heart is smiling. I'm excited for all of you that are going to step up next. Just one quick announcement. I know that people are rank advancing and so on. Please post your team members' rank advancements. We want to celebrate those rank advancements. We want to celebrate those successes. Yesterday was the last day of our 90-day Believe and Achieve action plan. We will start another one very soon as all the products are available in our back office with the patch and the new insoles and the kids line. Will start a new action plan that was originally thought and started by the wonderful Jen Moyer. I'm so elated she's back here and we can link arms. It's a little more difficult when she's away, but she's like my right hand man, even though she's a woman, and I'm her right hand man, even though I'm a man. So, anyways, I'm so glad to have her back. We're going to start another plan. Probably, I would think when everything's in, it'll be late May or early June. I would ask everybody to go on that page and post some of your successes. If you want, post some of your setbacks and tell us how you changed them into successes. So our event, we have an event in Brantford at the Best Western. We will repost the link on there. If you can make it, that'd be fantastic. We'd love to see you. We're going to have the amazing Roseanne Shales there to speak to us. We'd love for you to come down and meet her. I know that some of the team members are doing events. I think Rebecca Naylor and some of her team are doing an event up in Madoc. So if you can't make Brantford and you're up in that area, and again, I remind you guys, people have asked me, how do I find the link? Just type in the search bar on the team page, Brantford event, a keyword that's in there, and it will populate the feed. It'll pop right into the feed. So use the search function. Every page has a search function. So you don't have to ask. They get pushed down through the feed. Just search it, and it'll come up for you. So I think that's all the reminders that I have for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being on the call tonight. We had a good crowd with 75 to 80 people on the call tonight. I will post the recording immediately. Paul and I have started a little incentive program for our team that we went and did live. So I wish everybody good luck. If I can help you in any way to get to those goals of director and managing director. And the nice thing is when you get to those levels of director and managing director, you enter the bonus pools. And so it pays you extra money. And the average right now for managing director is about $700 in extra income a month just by hitting that level. So I wish you all tremendous luck. Work hard, continue to share this amazing gift we call Vox HPT, and believe me, you put in the time, you do the RPAs, revenue producing activities, and the dividends will pay. I promise you. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to unmute everybody. Thank you for the call. The recording will be up shortly, and I bid you all a good night and God bless.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Use the tools, guys, when they're loaded.
Thanks, Terry. See you, buddy. See you on the 25th.
Good night, everybody.